Hello. In this video for Hybrid Mix Techniques, I will demonstrate how to use the Import Session Data feature in Pro Tools. I have a track here. This is the Decay mix, and it's the first week's mix, and I've mixed a rather simple song here, and I need to import some more tracks because the artist has added more tracks to the song, and I need to incorporate them into my mix without losing all the settings I have already made on this mix. So to import tracks from one session to another, you use the Import Session Data feature. It's under File, Import Session Data. Option-Shift-I brings it up. Pretty common that I use that in my mixing process. I use that macro nearly every song, multiple times. Let's bring it open. First thing you got to do is select the song. I have, just like you are going to, I've downloaded the Decay Part 2. And this particular Pro Tools session has all the missing tracks, so I'm going to open it up. And this is what the window looks like. It's very powerful. There's lots of things in it. I typically don't need to use this upper right part of the screen. That's only when you're trying to do special things. What I'm going to do now is just kind of select all of these tracks here. This session includes all the missing tracks. If you were doing this in a different situation, you may only want to import one or two tracks. In this case, we're actually going to import all the tracks. So a Command A, a select all, will bring them in. You have a lot of power here. You can import them as new tracks, or you can actually map them to other tracks. This is useful when you want to, say, just import a plugin from one track and bring it in onto an existing track and have it wipe away the plugins that are on those tracks. So a lot of interesting things you can do here. In this situation, we're going to use it in a really simple capacity. We're just going to select those tracks, import them as new. We're not going to be importing anything special here, tempo, maps, markers, anything. You do want to have it say import, replace existing playlists. In the future, you may want to use this feature to import very specific parts of a track. You could import just the panning or the plugins or just the regions without. Anyway, there's all sorts of things you can do with this. So all we're going to do here is just select, bring them in as new tracks. And then you do have a really important thing to look at here under Media Options. What do you want to do with the audio files? In this particular case, you definitely want to copy them. You're going to bring them from the folder that you're importing some tracks. This will copy those audio files and put them in the audio files folder in your main session. Otherwise, it will leave the audio files somewhere else on the hard drive, and this is going to lead to problems later on when you have your audio files in two places. You try to turn it into a client or your teacher, and half your audio files are missing. So definitely do this copy source media feature here, copy source media. So just to reiterate, all we're doing is selecting all the tracks, hitting copy source media, and at this point, it's going to import the tracks into your session. Boom, it just added them. And it is copying them right now. It actually already copied them, but those audio files are now in your audio files folder associated with this session. For example, if I go find this, well, it's pretty complicated, so I'm not going to demonstrate that because I have it set up kind of odd for this video. But anyway, here are all the files. And of course, you're going to need to route them. If you have set your default track outputs correctly, it would have routed them correctly. I did not do that. So these tracks we are going to need to set up and start to mix with. Okay, so that's just a simple way to use the Import Session Data feature. Again, that's File, Import Session Data, or Option-Shift-I. Bye-bye.